Hello everybody, welcome to my first tutorial on Houdini. So today I'm going to point out the differences between the workflow of Pyro that Houdini has created in 16.5 to 17. So Houdini has re-engineered the Pyro node completely from Houdini 16.5 to 17. So let me just show you that what was the old setup and what are the changes that the new Houdini has put up. Let's continue. So I'm just going to switch to my preferred layout. Maybe I'll explain this in later video. This way I can I get more area to work on. So I'll just hold control and click on the sphere. This will create a sphere on the origin. So double click. Now pressing P on the keyboard will open the parameters right here. So what I'm going to do right now is let's use the set tool first. I'll just create a Pyro node, simple Pyro node, and I'll explain that what Houdini did earlier and what they are doing now. So I'll just click on the flames, I'll select my geometry and press enter while my mouse pointer is on the viewport. So it is done. Now let me hide this because it's not important right now. Let's first see how the sourcing is done in Houdini 16.5. So there is a sphere and there is a single node called fluid source. You can see it right here. So let's go into this one and see. Okay, let me expand it. Now you can see in a single node there is a scalar volume, and you can see there are two attributes added, that is fuel and temperature. Fuel for the pyro stuff. If it was just a smoke like here, it's billowy smoke, this would be replaced by density. This is the velocity attribute. Everything is piled up in a single node. Now just let me do it in 17.5 and then I'll actually show the difference of the sourcing. So this is 17.5. Now same thing, I'll control click on the sphere. There it is. I'll just select it. I'll go to the Pyro effects tool and flames. Okay. Yeah. Now let me hide this one. You see, let me just do this. Now this will be easy to compare. Now you can see that let me just explain this one, okay? Because we don't need to see the viewport right now. We can just do it like this. See, if I go to the object level, you can see that there is not much difference out here. Everything is the same. Even the node names are same. Just it's PyroSim out here and it's auto DOP network in 17.5. So the major difference is in the sourcing and here in the DOP net. So let's go in here. As you see, there is a single node. We don't need this merge node. So when you go in here, see, this is the difference. What we were able to do in a single node has been split in 3 parts. So let me explain it to you. Now this is the Pyro source node, the new node that has been introduced in 17. Now you can see the fuel attribute here that has been added, fuel and temperature. Same thing has been done here, attribute, fuel and temperature. Alright, it's right here. There are two attributes. Now most of the things here are not present in this node. The velocity volumes, you can of course add a new attribute called a velocity. What I did is I just clicked here. It will add an attribute. You can create your own attribute here. So just go to the custom velocity and see. The same thing is happening even here. But what is the difference? Now Let me expand it. Now see, in the velocity, what I really like is if you go to the curl noise, add a curl noise, you can actually view it and you can modify the noise. You can add an extra bit of noise. But this is not present here. See. So what happens here is I cannot add a curl noise onto this one or cannot view it right now. So that will be covered in a future video, how to add your custom velocity. That is a very good topic. It might come very soon. Okay. Now, if we go in here, we see that there are three different modes out here: keep input, surface scatter, and volume scatter. So if you go to surface scatter, it will scatter it on the surface. It will scatter the points, not inside, just on the surface, right? So here you can increase or decrease the number of particles through particle separation. If you increase this number, the number of particles will decrease. 0.05, see, 0.01, you can obviously see the difference now, right? Let's go back to 0.05. Now, if you go to keep input, what it will do is, as you see here, if I turn on the display points, you can see there are points out here. What this does is takes those points and make them as a source. So whatever points we have on geometry, it will just keep the same points as a source. And the third one is volume scatter. Let's turn this off. Okay. Now this is the one I use the most, but it's on your own preference actually, the sort requirement and all. Even in this, you can control how many particles you need. 0.01, let's see, so many particles. So what it does is you can source the fuel, source the smoke, and source the color. So if you want just a smoke like the billowy smoke, you'll have to use this. It automatically makes a density and a temperature, right? This was already added, that's why it's here. Let me just cancel all of them out. Source fuel, you'll get fuel and temperature, right? Source smoke, you'll get density and temperature. So we are working on this. Now this is just a tutorial for the different approach that Houdini has taken for Pyro node. So I'm not going to explain what fuel does, what temperature does. That will be covered in a future video maybe. So this is add noise. Now when we come here, then we have to take these attributes out of here. If it's density, you'll have to add density and temperature. So these are the attributes we want to add noise to, right? This will be position. Now you cannot actually view what noise are you adding. So for that, this is the node, rasterize. Now what this node actually does, it takes the attributes from points and it converts it into VDV. And the VDV attributes are actually taken into Pyro for simulation purposes. So you can see the difference in the geometry spreadsheet. Let me open it up. See, fuel, temperature, they are based on points at 0, 1, 2, different numbers are there for fuel and temperature. So as soon as I select this one, everything goes out. Now if you go into this primitive, you will see there are only two attributes, name, fuel and temperature. So they have been converted into VDV and they will be used in the Pyro node. So if I select this one, now I can see the noise that I have added here. So always if you want to see what noise you are adding or how it is going to look, always go into this node or put the flag in here, display flag. Now you see if I select this and I, for example, let's put this to 1 element scale. See, right, 0.05. See, you can see the difference. So it was by default it was 5, so you can animate the noise. These are the different noises. So this is, I'm not going to explain all this right now. This is just a difference video, right? So you can just play and see what is happening. See, the source is animated here. So I hope this is clear to you. Now if we go back, let me see if there is anything else to explain. Okay, yeah, in the rasterize also you'll have to put the attributes that you are currently working on. The other attributes also you can keep it here, it won't harm you. But even if I delete all this, see, I don't want this, I don't want color or alpha or velocity right now because I haven't added them. So I can just remove them and it will still work. See, it's working. So whatever attributes you have here, you must have here, otherwise it won't work. Alright. So you can see this, there is a formula out here that I'll explain in the next video. You don't need this formula actually. It will work even if you delete it. Alright. Like if you do 0.1, this is the result. Actually this is the voxel size of the VDV. So we all know that if you decrease it, there will be more number of voxels and a better look of the volume. It will calculate the volumes better. So 0.02. It was 0.025, but this will work. Okay, let me just go back to the defaults. That will be good. Now let's go into the Autodop network and see what are the changes they have made here. See, you will obviously notice this one. This is the new volume source that the Houdini has introduced in 17. So what was in 16? Let me just point it out. Yeah, let's see. So let me just turn this off. This wasn't here. Okay. So now if I go into the Pyro sim, the source was very different. See. Now this is a very important part. So let me just split the windows and show you. Now see, all the things are same, but they have removed these tabs and all. They have just made it a simple view. Now see, source volume, fuel, target field, fuel. You can see it here. Source volume, add to field, and target field, they are similar things. Okay, fuel and fuel. They have done it here. We had this masks, okay, like velocity volumes and temperature volumes and all. You can see it's here, drop and stop mask. Alright. Now source volume, add, temperature, add, these were the features. The same features you'll find it here. Operation, add, copy, subtract, multiply, everything is there. See. Alright. So by default these values will be there. Even if I have not added the velocity, it's here. You can delete it, you can keep it. It won't affect until you have a velocity attribute in the Pyro source node. Alright. So this is it, I guess, about the difference. Let me just cross check it once. Yes guys, this is it. Not many major changes. There are changes or not, but if you know where the new options have been shifted to, the basic functionality is the same. So I hope you like the video. I'll be posting many more videos very soon, like the best layouts that I prefer, adding custom velocities and many others. Okay guys, like the video and subscribe it. There are other Blender tutorials also included in this YouTube channel, and we are hoping to add some more very soon. Thank you for watching.